It's dark as night down here. And it smells like sewage. Paul. Are you in here? Paul?
I'm here.
Paul? Is that you?
Yes.
I can't see you. How do I know it's Paul, and not some other lowlife?
I'm the lowlife who was born in Tarsus, Timothy.
Oh, it is you.
Thank you for coming, Timothy.
I hope you'll forgive me, Paul. I would run and embrace you, but I'm not sure what I would step on, or if the door will open.
I would come to you, but the cell door is blocking our path.
How could the Lord let this happen to you, Paul?
Actually, I thank God that I'm here.
You what?
I thank God that I'm in prison.
Why would anybody thank God for being in prison?
The Lord's plans for me are always much larger and grander than my own.
Frankly, I don't see how this prison could possibly be construed as larger or grander than anything. Are you all right, Paul? I mean, are you feeling well? You're not making much sense.
I'm fine. But I'll admit, it wasn't always so. When I first arrived here, I thought imprisonment was merely an interruption of my ministry. But in God's scheme of things, I'm right in the middle of His will here.
I don't get it. How can that be?
Well, I had it in mind that God wanted me to preach to the Gentiles.
Well, didn't he?
Yes, of course. But my plan was to reach only hundreds, or at most thousands of Gentiles.
You say that as if thousands is not enough.
Well, it was enough for a while. But now that I have planted so many new churches, God has something much larger and grander in mind for me.
Surely, you don't think that larger and grander means being in this red hole?
Actually, the place is incidental to God's plan and purpose for me right now.
Then, why are you here?
Lord knows that I'm a man of action.
So, He rewards a man of action by putting him in prison, where there's nothing to do?
Nothing to do but write. The Lord knew that a man of action, like me, would not stand still long enough to do a major writing project, unless He put me in a position where writing is all that there is to do.
What is that?
This is just one of several letters to some of the churches I started.
What's in the letter?
It answers some of their questions and gives the churches advice in certain situations.
I can't read it. It's too dark in here.
You will have plenty of time to read it while you're on your way back to your home church.
Who is it for?
It's addressed to you.
To me?
Yes, but like all my letters, I want it circulated to all the churches. Because all the churches seem to share the same problems of leadership and discipleship as they start out and grow.
So, you heard about my problems?
Yes. You may be younger than most church pastors, but your problems are not unique. All churches can benefit from your problems and your solutions.
Oh, your letter can be like an owner's manual for all your churches.
Not just my churches. All churches worldwide. Not just now, but in the future. Someday there will be literally millions of Christians all over the world who will need an owner's manual.
Millions?
Millions, maybe billions. Why should I settle for preaching to hundreds or thousands of people in person, when I can reach millions or billions with my writings?
Gee, I never thought of that.
I didn't either. Until God allowed me to be put in prison, where all I can do is write. Isn't the Lord marvelous?
Frankly, it's going to take me a while before I'll admit that this stink hole is marvelous.
What I'm going through are light and momentary afflictions when compared to the eternal rewards God has for me later. Go now. Make copies of that scroll, and distribute them to all the churches and let others do the same. Let others benefit from your problems.
And yours. Thank you.
Watch your step.
I'm glad the Lord chose you for His grander plan.
He'll use you too, if you'll let him have his way.
Based on a play by Bob Snook. Conditions for use: do not sell any part of this script, even if you rewrite it. Pay no royalties, even if you make money from performances.
You may reproduce and distribute this script freely, but all copies must contain this copyright statement.